Did the WWE just unintentionally expose Tiffany Stratton? What's going on, wrestling fans? My name is Jose Ramos Jr., and in today's video, we're going to be discussing that interesting SmackDown segment between WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton and her WrestleMania challenger, Charlotte Flair. But in order to discuss where we are right now, we have to take a look back in time to see how we got here in the first place. But since I have you right now, go ahead and like the video, comment down below who you think is going to win at WrestleMania 41, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this on YouTube. In the last decade or so, the WWE has been presenting its women's roster in a much more favorable light. From getting more TV time to main eventing WrestleManias, to even having an entire event dedicated to the division, the WWE has certainly made strides in improving the perception of the female superstars. One of the mainstays of the division has been Charlotte Flair, who had made some noise down in NXT as a member of the Four Horsewomen, and then eventually was called up to the main roster in 2015. Since then, Charlotte has gone on to become a 2-time winner of the Royal Rumble match, a tag team champion, and a 14-time world champion, 16 if you include her 2 NXT title reigns. And in doing so, Charlotte Flair has managed to find herself in a position that many would fight for, and that is being one of the faces of the WWE. But with an insane resume like hers, comes many detractors who feel that her run at the top is due to nepotism. The crowd grew increasingly frustrated with her constant presence in the main event scene, so when Flair suffered an injury in late 2023, this opened the door for others to step in and shine. One of those individuals was Tiffany Stratton, who joined the Performance Center in 2021, and with her athletic background managed to stand out amongst her class. It would be soon after that Stratton found herself competing on the NXT brand as one of their top heels, and during this time she would be constantly featured in the title picture, ultimately winning the NXT Women's title in May of 2023 at the Battleground event by defeating Lyra Valkyria. Stratton's reign would come to an end at the hand of Becky Lynch on the September 12th edition of NXT, and following Stratton's run as champ, she would make her main roster debut in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match. So in a little over 2 years, Stratton would already be competing on the main roster alongside names like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and other notable stars. The following month at the Elimination Chamber event, Stratton would receive quite the ovation, indicating how over she was with the crowd, and in mere months, Stratton would parlay this into an opportunity of a lifetime. On July 6, 2024, Stratton would win the Money in the Bank contract, guaranteeing herself a championship opportunity at any time within the next year. It was during this run that Stratton became allies with the recent winner of the Queen of the Ring and then later women's champion, Nia Jax. Their tumultuous friendship showed early hints of a babyface turn for the longtime heel Tiffany. After several teases, Stratton would finally cash in her contract on the first SmackDown of 2025 by defeating Nia Jax, earning her first world title reign on the main roster. It was then around this time that vignettes began to air teasing the return of Charlotte Flair at the Royal Rumble. It was no secret that Flair would be the heavy favorite, which proved to be true as she outlasted 29 other women to earn a title match at WrestleMania 41. The question was, who would it be against? Now, obviously, if you're watching this video, I don't need to beat around the bush any longer. The stage is set for WrestleMania 41 as Tiffany Stratton will defend her women's title against Charlotte Flair, who looks to add another title reign to her already illustrious career of achievements. But the build has been quite interesting to say the least, as some argue there isn't a ton of interest between the two competitors. In fact, many believe the feud has presented Stratton as super inferior to her challenger. Look no further than this past SmackDown sit-down interview with both competitors where Flair seemingly decimated Stratton, leaving her to look as inexperienced as she may seem on paper. It's important to recognize that Stratton has been a part of the business for only 3.5 years, with only 1 full year on the main roster. And in moments where it seemed Flair improvised, this left Stratton seemingly unprepared as she repeated the same line as a way to emphasize her point. There was a sense of poise and confidence in Charlotte's promo and a level of desperation from Stratton's. Although it may have been a rocky start to their feud, the WWE can still salvage this. Feed into the desperation of a young Stratton who knows that inexperience could be a detriment, but acknowledges that she is still that fierce competitor that never backs down from anyone. The similarities between the two were referenced in the promo, however, I for one would love to see Stratton turn to a more aggressive side of herself. Stratton should respect the comparisons made between them, but ultimately aim to expose Flair, as her year away from the ring leaves her rusty and a relic of the past, where the division has evolved without her. That the past calendar year has demonstrated they no longer need a Flair to survive, and that she should be left in the past as the future seems to be running on Tiffy time. But hey, I'm curious to hear from all of you in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of that segment on SmackDown. Who should be the favorite heading into WrestleMania 41, and who do you want to win as the new women's champion at WrestleMania? Of course, my name is Jose Ramos Jr. Thank you for joining me in today's video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.